You need to jump on Threads now, which essentially is a direct rival of Twitter, and it has become the fastest growing app ever, surpassing ChatGPT. We have all heard of the power of early adoption, and from my experience of social media over the last decade, being part of the first crowd on a social media platform can be huge in building your brand or your business. In this video, we're going to be discussing why you have to jump on Threads and how to grow your page effectively, and finally what the differences are between Threads and Twitter. This video could literally change your life. Make sure you watch until the end. So you need to have an Instagram account to actually create a Threads profile, and both are ultimately connected. This means right now you could be missing out on massive amounts of exposure if you're not on Threads. But how do we grow a Threads account? One of the positives right now on Threads is that you won't get action blocked in the same way that you do on Instagram and TikTok. So for example, on Instagram and TikTok, if you follow a bunch of people or if you interact too much, you get the pop-up message which is about community guidelines and that they need to restrict your account for a certain period. Whereas this on Threads right now seems to appear a lot later on, which means that we can do a lot more actions, and this is huge for us. Now, I don't know how long this will last, so if you watch this video in a few months and it's no longer working, don't worry, because what I'm about to go through still can apply to you whatever situation you're in. But if you are one of the first few people watching this video, guys, make the most of this right now, please. So we have a Threads profile. What we want to do first of all is understand what niche we're in or type of account we have. So for example, if we're a food page, if we're a motivational page, we can find big pages on Threads right now and directly target their followers. For example, if you're in the motivational niche, type in motivation on Threads and you will get a bunch of different accounts come up. What you want to do is press their account, go onto the latest post and follow a bunch of people who have liked their latest post. Guys, this method works. Watch the rest of the video, because if you apply all the methods together, all of these people that you follow, you'll get a much higher percentage following back. So number one, if you don't know who to follow, type the niche name into Threads, find an account with over 10,000 followers, go to their recent post and follow the people who have liked that post. And it's as simple as that. And remember guys, these limitations are not just following. So you can really start building a community by interacting with followers, messaging them, replying to different threads, etc. Make the most of this right now, and in the future this will still work. Even with limitations on Instagram, TikTok, people are still doing this method, especially to get their first few thousand followers. Every single platform out there, Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, they're all battling for one thing, and that's your time, your attention. Now, we've all seen those threads on Twitter full of value who are getting tens of thousands of retweets and are just booming. And that's one of the best features of Twitter, the fact that people can have these threads where they can tell a story or provide you with a bunch of value. We're living in an age where information is at our fingertips, but people nowadays are still appreciating valuable content, which is how you can really build a strong community. Let's look at this thread on Twitter right here. This person has been able to get over 500,000 views on this thread, and it's really not a complicated thread. You could easily use ChatGPT to compose this, and it's just brought a bunch of value to people, and people have appreciated it, reposted it, liked it, etc. Guys, be smart. Use threads the way Twitter has shown us what posts are going to be successful, and on Twitter these posts go super viral. So on Threads, let's start creating these types of posts. At the end of the day, this is a Twitter rival. Currently has no explore page or no trending topics. So one of the only ways to get exposure on the actual platform, of course, is posting, But another method is through reposting. This is our number one goal. We want to post content and get as many reposts as possible, as when someone reposts our content, they are showing their entire network our post, which will bring so much additional exposure for our page. Now, compared to Twitter, on Threads, you can post up to 10 images in a thread, like a carousel, whereas on Twitter, you can only do 4 at a time. And on Threads, you can post videos up to 5 minutes long, whereas on Twitter, they can only be 2.5 minutes long. So immediately, this is an indication that we can use this to our advantage. Remember, a lot of the fan base from Twitter is going to also come onto Threads. So we can incentivize them by using the right visuals. The more we can feed them visually, the better. Here's a quick bit of advice. Whoever you follow at the moment on Threads, it's going to appear randomly on your feed, so there's no order to it. I'm sure Threads will fix this in the future, but right now, if you want to stand out, start adding visuals to your posts. So for example, if you're going to post something, like a text-based quote, for example, you should be waking up at 6 a.m. every day. If you want to post that, yes, that's a great quote, but if someone is scrolling through the timeline, it might not necessarily capture their attention. But if you put a visual on top of that, the likelihood that someone will stop and stay on your post is much more likely. Threads and all of these platforms, the algorithms focus on watch time. So the longer someone stays on your post, the better. So guys, start adding visuals to your post. We all have the possibility to be creative, so there's no reason why we can't put our creative minds together and create some visuals which make us stand out. Guys, Meta has already announced that it will be introducing some monetization techniques as it approaches 1 billion users. So we know that they're extremely ambitious with this platform. Now, Twitter over the last few months, and Elon Musk specifically, has been mentioning that in the future, he wants to monetize Twitter for creators, or have a creator fund. As they are such close rivals, anything Twitter does in terms of, creating a creator fund, I'm sure Threads will also do this. So that means right now we have an opportunity to build our massive networks. And in the future, when these monetization techniques are introduced, we can be one of the first people to actually really benefit from Threads. Guys, the future is so bright. Make sure you follow me on Threads and Instagram at Grow with Alex. Now is the time to jump on Threads, guys. Remember, early adopters win. If you've enjoyed this video and potentially want me to make more videos about Threads, let me know in the comments section and subscribe. My name's Alex. Let's grow together.